Hey everyone, it's Matt here, and today I'm doing another episode of TG Tutorials. And in this episode, I'm going to teach you how to play Japanese DS games on your US stock, that means non-modified 3DS. So first things first, let me show you exactly what you need. The first thing you'll need is your 3DS. So I'm mentioning this because of the fact that I'm using an original 3DS. Any version of the 3DS will work. This one actually has a Lucario decal. I believe it is Lucario. I actually got it off of Satish Ram, a contributor to the channel. And also, if you're watching, Satish, a very good friend as well. You're a very good friend of mine. And of course, you're going to need your game as well, and the game that we're using today is a Black Cat game, which is actually an adaptation of the anime/manga that you may or may not have ever heard of. Both were brought over here, thankfully. Anime by Funimation and the manga by Viz. Actually doing a video on this game over at our Lost in Translation channel. You can check that out in the description box down below. The video might not be up at the time this is out, but at least the channel will be up, so definitely check that out. Subscribe and like there if you can. And now that you know what you need, let me show you exactly how to do it. When it comes to this game, we're actually going to put it into the 3DS. And by the way, I want to mention that you're probably looking at 3DS and thinking that it might be modded in some way. Yes, it is modded for video output, but other than that, there's no other modifications on the system. This is a stock 3DS. Now, turning it on, it takes an unnatural amount of time to turn on. Kind of gets me a little nervous when it's loading. I always think that it's broken or something like that, but no, the 3DS works just fine. As you can see, the game is loading just fine. So let's actually click on that, and the game is completely in Japanese, so it actually is very hard for me to understand what's going on. There are no fan translations for this. Usually there are, and I talk about them on 5 game translations, specifically fan translations. I talk about them on this channel for its own series for different handhelds and consoles. But there are no fan translations for this game, so yeah, it's just a lot of Japanese. So this is actually really interesting because you can't play Japanese 3DS games on US 3DSs, which means that when it comes to DS emulation on the 3DS, they changed nothing when porting it over from the DS, because on the DS you could actually do the exact same thing. So it's very interesting that you can actually play Japanese DS games, and even European as well, on a 3DS, but not play Japanese 3DS games on a 3DS, US 3DS of course, which is actually very frustrating because I have a capture card modded 3DS and I can't play Japanese games on it, so that's awesome. Either way, thank you all so much for watching as always. If you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, you can still like and subscribe either way. I won't judge you for it, okay? You can hate watch, that's cool. I'm down with it. But what I do want to say is if you have any 3DS recommendations, please comment down below with them. I'm actually not that familiar with the library. I've had one for a while, but I've really only played some Pokemon games here and there. Recently got Super Mario World 3D Land, actually. Super Mario Land 3D, I believe. That's how much I can... That's how you know that I'm not familiar with the library, but I recently got it for like 20 bucks. So I wanted to delve into that, but again, any recommendations, definitely comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching as always, and tune in next time for another episode of TG Tutorials. Alright everybody, so see ya!